Hi, everyone. We are back with the Janelle Show, and I am here with Dr. Linda. Dr. Linda is a former college professor turned content marketing strategist who helps ambitious female entrepreneurs attract clients by sharing engaging content that converts and fills their programs without feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. She's on a mission to help more women become financially independent by growing exciting businesses that provide them with the freedom to spend as much or as little time as they want with their family while fulfilling their childhood wildest dreams. She's a wife and a mom of four kiddos under ages 6 and under, and is obsessed with everything planning, travel, and tea. Hi, Dr. Linda. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, and you?
I am wonderful. That is a great bio. I love it.
Thank you.
So, we were just discussing before I hit record, four kids under six. How are you saying?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it depends on the days, but I have my hacks. I have a few mom hacks in my pocket, just like giving the iPad for a few hours, totally guilt free,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what you do. You adjust and you make it your own. You make it in the best way that works for you and your family.
Right. You're right. You're right. I feel like as society, there's a lot of you can't do this, you can't do that. My
Right?
kids watch TV way more than society should. They
Oh
won't
yeah.
fit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And I don't mind. I mean, they're learning vocabulary. Sometimes they're talking
Mine knew
crazy
ABCs
words.
and one, two, threes before two.
Yeah,
So, and
yeah.
he learned.
Social skills, all of that. you know, Learning from TV. I'm like, oh, way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, what can we do? Are yours a home with you?
Yes. So the boys who are 6 and 5 go to school. We decided to send them to school. The girls are 3, so they don't have to be at school. So since
Mhm.
my husband and I work from home, we're like, okay, we'll just keep the girls at home.
Okay.
And so they entertain each other. They're twins, so
Right.
it's fun to have them at home, and yeah, it's fun.
It sounds like a very full house.
Hell, it is. It is. It's loud enough when the boys are not here. So when the boys come back from school, it's like louder. But
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
still have to try to find time for myself to hide in the closet or in the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I do that constantly. And then he's like, Mom, I mean, I'm way in the closet.
Getting smacked.
Right, exactly. And you have your little secret stash. I have my little M&Ms and everything hidden.
I have Madeline's. That's my that's my little secret. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do, to keep yourself mentally sane, especially with everything that's going on right now. We
Yeah.
just have to give ourselves grace. Like that has been my
Absolutely.
word for last year, and it was so important, grace.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do what you can. And, there's no such thing as perfection or, do what you can. There's tomorrow if you can. I mean, if you're still here tomorrow, there's tomorrow. But otherwise, do what you can. Don't beat yourself up for, trying to do all the things.
Yeah, definitely. So you're doing strategy, right? Content marketing strategy. So how is it juggling a business and the kids at the same time?
It's it's good because pre-COVID, well, actually, one thing that having kids has changed me in a way is that I used to be a night owl before like
Mm.
college. No, I could stay up all night just doing nothing, watching TV. Once I had kids, that wasn't happening anymore. It's like the kids go to bed, I'm going to bed too.
Mhm.
And before COVID and with the business as I was growing, I just had to make a decision. And it's really all about priorities and prioritizing what's important for you. So when certain things had to be done in my business, I said, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to sacrifice? And I had to sacrifice sleep. So the Starbucks, like 5 minutes from my house, opens at 4:30 a.m. before COVID. So I was the first one there.
Mhm.
4:30 a.m. I would be there. I would be there from 4:30 till 7 a.m.
Mhm.
Get back home, have my husband get the boys ready for school, and then the day gets started with the girls. So I would do my work before everybody would wake up. And that was my own sacrifice that I had to do. And then during nap times and things like that, they don't nap anymore. So it's more like they can entertain each other just like now. They're on the iPad, so I have an hour for business.
Yeah.
Or whenever they're doing something else, like I'm on the phone real quick, But usually I like to have those chunks of times, usually early in the morning,
Hmm.
even though because of COVID, like they don't that Starbucks actually it's just a driving thing and
Right.
or I
Right.
would go to the library, but the library is still closed and all of that. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I have to do it from home. It changes the dynamic for sure. It really does. The fridge is here. So I'm like spending a lot of time eating snacks instead of working. But I do what I can. I do what I can. So I just split my time. I do before they go to bed, or I mean after they go to bed, or before they wake up most of the time.
And I find that when I wake up early, it seems like they wake up early too. Does that happen to you?
Well, it's like
Like, do you sense me? Do I have a smell?
right, and that's my second, my 5-year-old. And literally yesterday, no, on Tuesday, I woke up. I had a meeting with my VA at 6:30 a.m. and they usually wake up at 7:30. As soon as I hit record on Zoom, he's like knocking on the door, like still asleep, and I'm like, go back to bed. It's like, ah, goodness. But yeah,
Yes.
they
But
do
we
have
have a
to.
rule that if it's dark outside, you can't get out the bed. It doesn't work. I'm still in the bed. He's up watching TV. Like, that's the rule, but ask me if it
Yeah,
works. No,
yeah. They don't care about the rules.
not at all. It's their world. I'm telling you, it definitely is.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about your business now.
Okay.
You're a content marketing strategist. What does that mean?
That means that I tell you what to say, when to say it, where to say it, so people can buy from you. That's basically what it is. Yeah, what do you say out there so that people are like, oh, yeah, I want that. Where do I sign up? That's what I did.
And this I think is something that people have a hard time with. Like they have a business, they know they have a product or service that they want to sell,
Yeah.
but where is their audience?
Hmm.
And what does their audience want to hear that tells them this person is the person I need to buy from?
Yes, 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 yes. It's like the I actually did a live about that yesterday. It's like the first level problem is like, what do I say? Okay, I have this business, I want to do this, I want to sell that. What do I say? And if you don't say anything, well, nobody's going to know about you. Nobody's going to know you have things to sell, right?
Right.
And so I just walk my clients through the process of figuring out what their ideal client wants, their desires, the whole thing, desire, pain
Hmm.
point, all of that, so that you never, ever, ever run out of content ideas. Because once you know what they want, you can talk to them forever. And
Right.
so that's a legit problem that most people have. But once you solve that problem, whew, you'll never run out of things to say.
Definitely. I love it. I love it. So what is your process with are you do you go in for the beginning, like the target audience, or do you have your clients already knowing their target audience and now they're just coming up with ideas?
So I work with women who have already sold at least an offer, so validated an offer. So they know who they want to work with, they know their avatar left and right.
Hmm.
Most of them are either burned out or they're not strategic in the way they plan their content. Like they go 1 week or like day by day when it should be, well, should I recommend
Professionally.
right? I recommend that disclaimer that you do it. I mean, in advance. I like to do it 90 days in advance, but a few weeks mostly, and for moms more than because our time, like we said earlier, is not always under our control. So we go through the process of okay, this is your deadline, this is your launch. So I love launches. So
Hmm.
we usually work on launches so that you can have a 10K plus launch. And so we work with deadlines and we plan out, okay, what type of content you need to share every day leading up to your launch so that you can have that 10K plus launch. So they need to have their product or service, obviously, the program that they want to sell, the avatar. So then we just strategically map out the right content to share when and where.
Perfect. Perfect. I love that.
Mhm.
So, how did you transition from being a college professor to a marketing strategist? How did that happen?
It was a fun journey. It was a fun journey because my educational background is in marketing.
Hmm.
My bachelor's is in marketing.
Mhm.
My master's is in hospitality management, and my PhD is in tourism sciences. So I've done a lot of research and marketing as well. So,
Mhm.
and I'm obsessed with travel, like you said. And when I was teaching, so as a professor, I had my first business was a travel blog. Basically, I just love talking about travel and planning trips and things like that. And I wanted to talk more and more about that. And when I was planning things, people were like, "Oh, how do you plan this content?" Like I was showing my behind the scenes of how I do the whole avatar exercise, and people are like, "Gosh, I want to do that. I want to know how you plan that content." And I'm like, "Hey, well, I guess I can show you that." And so that's why I transitioned into showing people how to plan their content because people were like asking me how to do that. And at the beginning, I wasn't even thinking about monetizing my blog. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna write for fun. And so I just brought my experience in research and in marketing into that business that I have now of, okay, it's all about research, really, knowing what your audience wants. You do the whole process with, and then how you present it to them. That's the whole marketing piece of it. And planning it, because I'm obsessed with planning. And so to me, it comes really, really naturally. It's just fun. I love what I do because to me, it's just it's just fun. So that's how the process was like. I left academia because I felt a call
Mhm.
to do more things, and to have more freedom about my time, spending time with my kids or with my husband and by myself as well, and travel some more. I didn't want to have those restrictions on me. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being a professor. That was fun too.
Definitely. I know you love to travel. So tell me, what is your dream lifestyle? You're from Morocco. I saw that you were traveling to Morocco quite often.
Yes. Yes.
So, what
Yes.
is your dream lifestyle?
Oh, okay. I kind of almost know it by heart because I wrote it down years ago. But I'm not from Morocco.
Why not?
Yeah,
I
it's funny.
thought
I know, right? My story is a little more complicated. I'm originally from the Congo, DRC,
okay.
but I was born and raised in Morocco, but I'm not Moroccan. And I came to the US 15 years ago for my master's, and I met my husband in college, and I've been here for ever since. Yeah,
Okay.
so technically, I went from Congolese to American um, via Moroccan, but I'm technically not Moroccan.
Okay.
like
Okay.
it's like when I tell people I'm Congolese, and Congolese are like they speak to me in Lingala, and I'm like, oh, I don't speak Lingala, and then I'm like, okay, but I speak Arabic, but I'm not Moroccan. It is like, so it's a little complex. But to answer your question, my dream lifestyle is to live in the Dominican Republic.
Mm,
So
yes.
in front of the beach, and with my kids, we have a beach house, and I work remotely. And funny enough, COVID just showed us that it's possible. I mean, I always knew it was possible, but the the little hang up was my husband's job because he works in insurance.
Mm.
And even though he likes to travel and all of that, he's like, babe, I have to be here for my work. I have to meet clients. He hasn't met clients in person the whole year, and his business has been booming. I'm like, hint, 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 we can do this. So so that would be for me, like for us to work remotely from the Dominican Republic. I really, really want us to live in a country where, like, non-English speaking country. I speak Spanish, so it's easy for me, but I want my family to also learn. And so it's a close second with Portugal, Dominican Republic and Portugal. I don't speak Portuguese, but I'm learning it.
Yes, yes, I love it. I heard that the houses in Dominican Republic are so cheap. Like you can get a house built for $40,000.
Goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go research after this
Yes,
talk.
that's what I heard. Somebody told me they're like, I'm moving to Dominican Republic. It's so
There we
cheap there.
go.
Like,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, right. And I mean the lifestyle, and I mean, who doesn't want to live on the beach? Yeah.
No, I've heard amazing stories. One guy I met, he said he went there and he pulled over to this hut on the side of the road and it was on a cliff. And he
Wow.
ordered some food. It was a restaurant. He ordered some food and they fished for the fish that they were
No
going to
way.
serve for him. And they fished and brought it up, killed it, cooked it, and gave it to him.
Yeah, that's the life. That
Whew,
right there.
I just fell in love. I was like, yes.
I have to do it now.
Yes. You have to do it so I can come visit.
And we can get a fresh fish.
I need the fresh fish. That sounds amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I can't wait so we can start traveling again. I miss it so much.
Oh goodness. I know, right? It's killing me. It's like itching. Mm.
Yes.
Uh,
Me too. Me too. So if you were to give a budding entrepreneur, somebody that's just starting, that it's COVID now, they're thinking about starting a business, some advice, what would you tell them?
ooh, just one thing? Okay. Okay, they go hand in hand. So I would say do something that you really love and don't be scared to do it your own way. I'm a little rebel in a way, but I like to do things my way. And it took me a while to realize that because when you're new somewhere, you test the water, you see what everybody's doing, you kind of do it what like, obviously you do it the way that other people do it. But at some point you have to be like, I want to do this my way
Mhm.
because I don't like that model, or I don't like to offer coaching calls. I don't like to do one-on-one or whatever your style is. You are allowed to do it because if it fits for you, do it for you. And the second part of the advice is stay in your lane. Do it your way, like have the vision that you want for you, your lifestyle, and just go for it. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Nobody's doing it that way. Who cares? Just do it your own way and you're gonna be the happiest that way. That would
I
be my
love that. That's beautiful. Yes, that's perfect. Yes. So I'm a big reader. I ask this of all of my guests. What
Ooh.
book is your favorite? What book are you reading? What book is like, I need to read this. I need to add this to my list.
Okay, well, the Bible, obviously. But well, I'm actually reading. I'm a slow reader, very, very slow reader because um, I'm in full confession. When I was a kid, I would only read because it was required at school. Like
Mhm.
I would not read outside of school. But I started Big Magic,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
pretty cool. But one book that really got everything started for me was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes. Yes.
It just funny enough, my older brother had that book for years on his bookshelf. And I was like, and he's more like an entrepreneurial mind than me.
Mhm.
And I was, yeah, I think about getting rich, blah, blah, blah. Ugh, who cares? But it wasn't about the time when I got married and I wasn't employed because I had left my professor job and moved to Houston to be with my husband. And I was looking for a job. And I had it on my bookshelf. And I read it and I was like, what the heck is this? I stood up. I mean, I didn't have kids then. And I started my website the next day. Spent hours and hours on YouTube. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? So it's the book that just got things started.
Mhm.
It felt like there was this secret out there and I didn't know about it. And it was like right there for years in front of me. But it got me at the right time because that was the time when I had the time and the drive and when the possibilities were like open in front of me instead of years before. So Rich Dad Poor Dad was the book that really, really got everything started for me.
It's amazing. I mean, I know everybody's not meant to be entrepreneurs. I get it
Mm.
totally. But for me, I can't imagine any other lifestyle. I
Right?
I truly cannot. I constantly like, should I go get a job? Should I get
Yeah.
stability?
Right. Right. Right.
And then I just think, and I'm like, oh God, no, I get anxiety thinking about getting a
Oh,
job.
goodness. And I've had moments like that, like even like after I left, I was like, man,
Mhm.
maybe this is not working. Maybe I should go get a job. And I'm qualified. I can get a job. Like, yeah, I can get a
Mhm.
job. But then the idea of having a boss, it just kills me. It just kills me. I mean, no disrespect. I mean, everybody, and that's the thing. It's like God made us all with our own gifts, our own
Mhm.
abilities, and we need them. We need the doctors, we need the professors, we need all of them, right? And I'm super grateful. And it's true. Um, I didn't know. I never saw myself as an entrepreneur as a
Mhm.
kid. I I didn't necessarily see myself as an employee or something like that. I just didn't know what was out there. But I wanted to own a restaurant when I was a kid.
Mm,
That's why I
mm.
went into hospitality. But it just killed me inside. That's the one thing that used to just kill me, having to report to people and ask for permission and all of
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm not turning back. I'm not, now
No, keep
that I've
going.
tasted it. I'm
Keep
like,
going.
I love
Keep
this.
going.
This
Yeah,
is just good.
it's so much fun. It really is. Even the ups and downs, it's fun. All of it to
Yes.
me.
Oh yes. It's all worth it. The tears, the sweat, the blood, all of that is worth it.
Yeah, the exhaustion.
Yes. The super fights.
Linda, I appreciate you being here with me today. If anybody wants to hire a content marketing strategist, they're ready for a launch, they just want to connect with you. How do they do it? What are your links? Tell us everything.
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook. Facebook is my happy place right now. So you can find me on facebook.com/Linda Enoh Coaching, or type my name, and my free Facebook group for people who want to learn more about content creation is Content Creation Made Easy on Facebook. So you can find me there, connect, send me a private message. I don't bite.
Definitely. I will include those show notes down below. And Dr. Linda, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. That was so much fun.
Yes, no problem. Thanks. Have a good one. And this is The Janelle Show.
Bye.
Bye.